What we're going to do is a TwitchAlerts chat box CSS CLR browser OBS primer. It's going to be really short, hopefully. So let me go to my monitor capture. Here's TwitchAlerts, as everyone is familiar with seeing. And as you can see, the preview, as with the old TwitchAlerts chat box, this one does not have a green screen background for you to capture and put into your chat. Instead, it relies on CSS and styling, so that you have to go in and you have to style it how you want. No more green screen needed. No more chroma key needed, if you know how to do CSS. However, if you don't know how to do CSS, then that's probably going to be a problem for you, and you will at least want to change the background color to a green screen so that you can chroma key that out. So they have that in there. But you can do a lot more with CSS. All of these elements, parameters, you can customize. So you can create your own themes if you really want, and you do that with the templates, but I'm not going to get into that. The badges, the emoticons, background color, text font size, all that stuff is all just plain CSS, right? Including the hide message after, and you can slide this so that messages disappear faster or they stay up longer. However, there's only a 30-second max delay before they disappear. Or you can choose to always show messages, and that way they never disappear. So you have a little bit of customization. However, if you want it anywhere between always show or 30 seconds, let's say you want it to set for 2 minutes before it disappears or 5 minutes before it disappears, you cannot do that in their modal dialog. I'm not sure what you would call that. It's their options. There's no option for it. It would be better if there was a little box here that you could select, kind of like how you would do the font color, and you would just specify the time. 30-second delay. Maybe they'll get into that eventually, because I think that's a lot smarter to do than just giving people a max slider. However, maybe they do that for a reason, because there's a buffer issue. But if there was a buffer issue, then why would they choose always show messages? You know what I mean? It doesn't really make a lot of sense to have both if there's some kind of buffer issue. Therefore, it doesn't make any sense why you can't select your own time. So in the meantime, if they don't update to that kind of thing, I'm going to show you a little bit of code that you can put in there so that your chat boxes will last anywhere between 30 seconds to infinity. So you can have a 5-minute chat box. And this is not something that I came up with. This is something that they actually posted on their forum. So you basically just copy this little bit into the CSS box. So what did I want to show here? OBS. So we're going to open up OBS, and I'm only going to put OBS halfway through. Otherwise, it's going to show up as an infinite window kind of thing. So here I have my scenes. I have currently on left monitor capture, and here is my TwitchAlerts chat box. So we're going to right-click that, go to Properties, and here's your your TwitchAlerts URL that you get from right here. So basically, you copy that. Why won't it let me? Oh, I'm on the dialog box. Okay, and then you paste that in here, right? And then here's your CSS customizations. Now you might be inclined, if you're used to CSS override styles, to check this box. Intercept request and apply template. That sounds like an override command, right? But you don't want to check that, because that is only purely for the template design. And we're not getting into templates. That's advanced stuff. And TwitchAlerts said they will probably come out with templates in the future for you to put in here. Currently, I don't know of any. So that feature is a beta feature right now. So just ignore that and ignore the intercept checkbox. Anything in your CSX box is automatically overridden already right now. So any styles that they put onto the chat messages, the user message, the user name, all the emoticons, background colors, all of that, you can override here in the CSS box. And as you can see, let's see, copy that. This is how the CSX box comes by default whenever you add your CLR browser. And yes, you will need to install CLR browser for OBS if you want to do this. I'm not going to go into that. There's plenty of other tutorials that handle that. I'm just going over the CSS classes that will override the things that you want in order to make the chat do kind of what you want, and you can style it and override kind of things. Now you might be asking, well, why would I want to do that when there's a simple little slider? Well, scenes. Many people have different scenes, and I'll just go ahead and cancel that. And these classes here, the text size, for example, is a global class. So no matter what scene you are on, it will always be this size, this color, have all of these settings, and you cannot do individual scenes in individual text colors. Okay, sorry about that. And where was I? Global classes. So you have scenes, right? So let's bring up OBS, and as you can see, I have all these different scenes, right? And this is my about the stream scene, my live stream scene. Let's see. So if I go into Twitch and I do test, 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 right? Those will show up, and then 30 seconds later, this is during a regular live stream broadcast. This is my regular live stream background. They will disappear automatically after 30 seconds, right? Because that is what you have it set to here. But let's say you have an instance or a scene where you don't want that to happen. Let's say you're on the AFK or the BRB screen and you want those to last a little bit longer. And why are those still... There we go, 30 seconds. That's gone. So now they're all disappearing one after another after 30 seconds. And this is my Photoshop live stream background. Left monitor capture, that's not what I want. BRB. Come on, why is it not working? There we go. Okay, so let's say you want to have larger text. Live stream. Was that it? Yes. Okay, so one thing that I did not like about the live stream was that all of the colors were hard to see, like red, red, red. If there was a red background. Actually, I don't have the default one, but the default one is like this, where they're all different colors. Right here. See how that contrast is really hard to read? I didn't like that. You know, I like to be able to say, to see who said what. You know, I think that's an important thing. Even if it's a BRB screen, you know, it should be pretty, you know, pleasing on the eyes. That is not. So what I did was I went through and I customized the CSS to show no matter who talks or who says anything in chat, they will show up as the same color and in the same style. So that it's, you know, it's just based on their content of what they said. Now, some people might not like that. Oh, you overrode my awesome purple user color that I liked. Well, yeah, but it's easier to see now. Okay, so no matter what I have in the background, you can always see the username, the chat message clearly. And you can enlarge that font per scene instead of the global one that TwitchAlerts gives you. So this is very useful for, you know, professional streamers that want to customize each and every scene and their chat boxes to each and every scene so that you can, you know, have completely different styles. And you can also change how long each one stays up for. You can change anything about it, you know, it's just CSS, right? So you can change the size of the divs, the size of the spans. You can add animations per div, although that might, you know, lag out a little bit. Well, there's already animations per div, but you can put, like, you know, user name animations. You can do a whole bunch of things in there. You can add images or do whatever you want. You can have a gradient background image for every single one. You can stylize just the CSS. So there's a lot of things that you can do there, obviously, per scene instead of global. I want to make sure that that's what this whole thing is about, is we're doing it per scene. So we'll go back to the BRB screen. And on this one, they're much longer. So I have much longer text boxes. And then on the about to stream, we'll go here and you can see this is per scene, right? So much longer boxes, larger username, smaller text, and if I do a couple more of these, you can see that they'll just keep popping up. But you have to adjust the height in OBS so that it does not cut off the box. So you don't want any like half boxes. You want 4 full boxes or 5 full boxes. So you'll want to mess with your height and width, especially the height when it comes to not cutting off a portion of someone's chat box, the individual chat box. And then, of course, I have that set to go away after 30 seconds as well. Okay, so we'll go, where were we? Lift monitor capture. So we got TwitchAlerts chat box, properties. We'll go back to the CSS and I'll just show you some of the CSS styles, what it means. It should be kind of self-explanatory. You have the div, and sorry, this one should be like over here. Okay, so we have the div, which is inside of a span, and that is the username. So span.name is the chatter's username. And then you have div span colon, which is the colon that's right after the name. I don't style that at all. It doesn't even show up at all, but it's there in some instances. And then of course it's the span message. So you can change the color. You can override the color here. You can override the font size, which I have done, and that's why it's always the same. And then this one is the one that they just posted up here. So this is in order to make messages appear more than 30 seconds. He kind of wrote that wrong. Hide message left or longer than 30 seconds. It's basically get my message to appear for longer than 30 seconds. And the key for that is to, let me go here, is to remove the parameter message hide delay, and you basically override it in the CSS manually and set it to 300 seconds, or however many seconds that you want it to appear for. So that will be here. And basically I just left it at 300 seconds because I thought that was a good amount of time. That's 5 minutes, right? So there you go. Now messages that I type, in which scene was that in? Was that in this scene? Oh, it's because I haven't even... Oh, it's because it's behind me. So just for now, I'll just go like that, okay? Just to show that. Okay, so we'll just go test, 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 right? And as you can see, they'll fill all the way up to the sky. So if you have a really busy chat room, you can set it to however long you want. And as you can see at the very top there, one of those boxes getting cut off that I talked about. So you want to adjust the height of that box so that it's perfect and it doesn't actually show any cut off boxes. But these messages will stay around for 5 minutes now, which is a request that I had, that someone said, well, I like the old chat box better because everyone's stuff stays up there all the time. Well, that's great, but you don't want it there permanently in case there's buffer issues. And I don't know if there is such a thing for buffer issues for your browser, for the CLR browser. I haven't heard of any OBS crashing, but one thing with people that have really busy chat rooms that have like 50 users, remember those chats, if you have it set to never go away, those chats are just building up to the sky, all the way to the sky. They never go away. But one of the nice things about this is in the code you'll see it start disappearing. So I'll show you that. So this is a live example right here on their preview. It's not just an animated GIF. This is a live preview that just runs 24/7. So if you get, let's see, I open it up with Firebug, right? So use your whatever developer editor that you want in order to see this stuff. So we'll go here. Okay, so here you can see all of the chatters, right? And you can see every single person that chats. I'll find one down here. So every person that chats has like this much, information, style information. So it's a good chunk for every person that says something, and they add up. They add up quick. So instead of like, I don't know, a 1K file, if you have a really busy chat room that has like 50 to 100, 200 chatters, active chatters, that's going to fill up so quick. By the end of your stream, if you do a multi-hour stream, you're looking at gigabytes worth of buffer data in there. Not good, right? Not good thing. So I think that's why Twitch came up with an auto disappearing. Is, as you can see from the top here, they will time out and they will just disappear. So there goes your buffer overrun issue, right? If there is a buffer overrun issue, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's why they set it up that way, and it's smart, absolutely smart. That's the way I would want to do it. It's brilliant. But if you want it to stay for 5 minutes, it's already out of the picture anyway. That happened 5 minutes ago. But after 5 minutes, it will slowly start to delete all that stuff that is invisible out of the way. That's already like way up the top of the screen because everyone else below it has pushed it up out of the screen. So I think that's smart. So that's basically, the whole reason why I wanted to do this video, is to show people that the new Twitch chat is smart. It's a better way of doing it. And you can still chroma key the background. So, I'll just go in here and we'll choose a green background, right? So you can still chroma key your background if you really want to. No problems, right? However, you're going to get some hazing, and you're going to have to change the style of the background box and everything after that, right? So, give and take, right? And the red background on mine, it doesn't even matter because I'm overriding the styles anyway. So I hope you've kind of learned something here as far as basic, CSS editing for TwitchAlerts. And there's some things that I've never come across. Where is that? That's not it. TwitchAlerts chat box. We'll go to properties. CSS, this override style. This override style here, #log greater than div. I've never seen that used before. That's really neat. And then you can have, the embedded animation style override. So this is a CSS override instead of an inline override. But I guess it checks here last, which is smart in order to do an inline override. So basically everything, you could equate that if you're used to CSS, everything within the CSS browser that you're messing with is basically an inline override. It's the last step before it hits the browser. So you can do all your CSS overrides. Just read up a little bit about CSS colors, font sizes, proper syntax, all of that. And you can customize your TwitchAlerts chat box to your heart's content. Make it as long as you want, as big as you want, as wide as you want, small as you want, different colors, different graphics, which I have not seen yet. And then, of course, you can start using the CSS5 animations. So you can make your own animations. If you're good at CSS animations, knock yourself out. So I think that'll do it for this video. If you guys have any questions, ask TwitchAlerts, because more than likely this video will be completely outmoded, outdated, obsolete by the time they actually finalize, because remember, it's beta, right? So by the time they finalize, this might not even work, or might not be needed. So we'll see. So for now, that will get you guys up and running, customizing your TwitchAlerts chat box. My name is LG Devil. This is my Twitch stream on CSS scripting, Photoshop, and occasionally Minecraft. So have a great day, and I'm out of here.